For the past 6 months, I've had strangers from all around the world send me their unsent love letters. This episode is me sharing with you 8 of those letters in the most beautiful ways I could think of.
No, because it seems she clearly still loves him.
I have a feeling this one might make me cry. So, hello.
Oh, hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm picking up for box 143. Thank you.
Well, 1 second. Let me check. I believe you have some love letters. There you go. There's a bunch of love letters I got for you.
Thank you so much.
Most welcome, miss.
I had a friend once tell me that when he met the love of his life, he kept having the same thought over and over again. I found her. I found her. I found her. About a year later, he broke off the relationship. When I asked him why, he cried the most painful tears I've ever seen and said, "I'm not sure I see a future with her." He still felt that she was the love of his life, but ironically, I guess, life just got in the way. In that moment, I realized the paradox of love and everything that comes with it. This is a series about love letters, about love, about being human, and living life. All right, so this is day 1 with love letter number 1, which is this love letter. The main thing I have to say about this love letter is that I can't get through it without crying, which is a problem, obviously, because I need to read it out loud to you guys, and I'm not going to cry and read it. I don't want to. Not yet, at least. Too early. We're only like 2 minutes in. And so I thought when things feel heavy or you feel yourself avoiding things, that maybe you should just sit with it. And so that's what I'm gonna do with this love letter all over New York City. I'm just gonna sit with it, and I'm gonna read it again and again and again until I could read it out loud to you guys, I guess. Hi, I have been thinking about you lately. It's weird. I don't feel lovesick anymore, but if you were to ask me to spend my life with you, I would. I am not in love, but I know I am willing to be again. I know you will never be in love with me. I guess I do feel something like pain when I think about you. It sits in the back of my throat, something dull and constant, warm and waiting. In the darkness of my room, I can make out the matching statues we bought at the thrift store together. I see us standing in your kitchen, laughing and dancing while we make food. I see flickers of warmth and a future we will never have. I have grieved for all the things that could have been. Now I just miss my best friend. I want you to know that there's always someone out there who is ready to get to know you again and again and again. I don't believe in an after when we die, but what a sweet thought it is that we will get to know each other there too. This is day 2 with love letter number 2. Where I spent the day in New York City with the love letter and let it take me where it was meant to take me. It led me to this beautiful stranger whose name is Marcin. I asked him if he would have some tea with me and read the second love letter. He said yes.
Well, what time is it? 3:30?
333, that's a lucky number, they say. I don't know if I believe in that, though. Do you believe in that stuff?
No, it depends.
On what?
What numbers they are.
What do you mean by that?
Do you mind what I say?
What do you mean?
Like sharing something like personal?
No, not at all.
Just about someone who's not here anymore.
Well, you could share that.
Yeah, no, numbers like I had a really close friend who passed away pretty recently. My friend's sister actually ended up passing away too.
The same friend?
Yeah, the friend that passed away, his sister passed away too. That's why I got this tattoo of my memory of my friend. And like, the guy doing my tattoo did a really nice job. And blue is like my absolute favorite color. I'll never change it. Green's my best friend's favorite color, like my really close friend's favorite color. And red was his sister's favorite color. And I didn't say anything about that.
So the tattoo artist did that without you telling him?
Yeah, and what was cool was, now back to like the number thing, someone got me a gift. It was this Eevee stuffed animal. Like I actually carried this backpack around with me all the time, and when it clips, I carried the stuffed animal there, like in my backpack clip. And money is like a continuously difficult thing for me. I had some semesters where I struggled with food, and when I was walking around with this stuffed animal, I was walking down the sidewalk where I always walk when I'm at my school, and I looked down. I don't like something like made me like jerk my head down and like reorient myself, and I noticed on the ground like there was some money on the ground. It was a $5 bill, and like I look around like, and no one's around me, and I'm like, it's gonna fly away and someone else is gonna pick it up. Like, you know, it's just like a $5 bill by itself, because I looked at it and I'm like, oh, sweet. And the next day, I'm walking around the same spot, like literally, I think even the exact same way, like I turn the same corner, like I'm walking the same way I always walk. And that was one of the semesters where I had a lot of trouble with money and getting food and stuff. And I looked down again, almost in the same spot. There's money one more time, and it was a $100 bill.
Stop.
Yeah, no, it was a $100 bill. Yep. And I looked down and like, I almost started crying, and I went to go get some food and stuff, and the cashier looked at it, he scanned it, didn't even hesitate. Oh, okay. Like, it was a real $100 bill and everything. Like, someone probably genuinely lost it, but it was folded up almost the same way, literally almost in the same crack in the sidewalk, if not like the same exact spot. And like, I think I spent all of that on like food. Like that, like, I don't know what that is. Anyways.
You think that was your friend?
Yeah. Should we be like, you think we should look at more each other? Because I tried to not look only at the camera, but like at you.
I would just like read it to yourself. The only thing you're doing different is that you're reading it not in your head, like out loud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I can just read it and feel it.
Yeah, read it and feel it, exactly. These are like a bunch of the love letters that have been sent in to me. Okay. And there's this one. So don't look at them yet. I'm just gonna make sure that the cameras are still good.
Just read it and feel it. Dear someone or other, I think I love you. Not the way I've always told you I love you. Something different. I think these feelings might be a little more than friendship, but not quite romantic. It's something else, something beyond. I find you so beautiful, so fun, so warm, and comfortable. I wouldn't mind living with you for the rest of my life. That kind of domestic love, domestic comfort. I want to come home to you, I guess, which is a really stupid thing to want, considering that we're still so young and have so much time left to change and drift apart. There's this image in my head of us cooking. I think cooking is the pinnacle of love. Either I'm cooking lunch for you to take to work, or we're both cooking dinner. Maybe I want to cook dinner with you, or maybe, or motorcycle, or maybe I just want to cook dinner with someone. That's what's tricky about trying to label these feelings. They're so stubbornly abstract. They slip through my fingers whenever I try to grab hold of them. But I want to bring you tea when you're practicing on the piano. I want to make you lunches. I want to tour the world with you. I want to watch shows with you, laugh at the stupid love triangles, then cry when the main character dies, and rage at the miscommunication. I want to go to flea markets and farmers markets and poetry nights with you. I want us to casually critique each other's works, lend each other knowledge and practice, to teach each other. This all seems friendly, but it feels a bit different than wanting to do those things with my other friends. Not quite like dates either. These things are intimate to me in a way that nothing else can replicate, like buying groceries. I want to buy groceries with you. I know you love me as any close friend does. You saying so doesn't hurt me at all. We're much better as friends. But I think when I say I love you, when I tell you to take care, when I share in your excitement, when I ask you about your day, I think it might be different. Not too different, but just a little different. I don't know if I would even want anything about us to change. That's why I'm never telling you. Not until the feelings fade and it's all something we can laugh about. Well, this someone or other is really important to them.
Right?
Yeah. You know, that just makes me think more about the little things. Like the things we do on a daily basis, the walks that we might go on every day, going to the store when we're hungry or need food in the fridge. If we do that with someone else, it can be more meaningful. And sometimes we don't feel the importance of some of the things that we do until people add value to them. I don't know, I think if we knew the value in everything that we do instead of losing value in taking these walks and going to the store and, you know, watching silly movies, I think we'd be a little bit happier with what we do because we'd start to learn to add value to the things that we do for ourselves. I also have someone that's important to me. Just like that little bird hopping away, you know, I definitely have something I want to read to her as well.
You have it memorized?
Essentially, yeah. Could I have a minute to think?
Yes, of course.
Oh.
Take your time.
I don't know, I thought about it, but not too hard because, you know, like the script thing, if I'm just reading something off, it just doesn't feel very natural to me.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not really sure if there's a rough draft to a love letter, you know? Speak from the heart. This is way more fun than I thought. Because usually, actually in school, I was literally like the most nervous person.
Really?
Yep.
This is where you insert truck noise, right here.
Yeah, insert truck noise. I'm actually gonna write that too.
I hope when you're reading it, when you get to that part, a truck actually comes by.
Yeah, I hope, like the loudest one there is. Okay. All right, I'm gonna read it now or whatever. Okay. Well, nothing else made me nervous or excited, just this. Let me think. I should think of some jokes or something. So,
To lighten the mood.
yeah. I think I'm shy or something. I'm being shy. Well, I think our language is really important, especially for how we write these letters. Because you notice what I said? Oh, because I'm shy. That tells me that something's static. You know, if I convince myself that I'm shy, then that's what I'm going to be. But, you know, if I tell someone I feel shy, what's a feeling that I have? I can feel shy, but I don't have to be shy. So let's read this. My bird, every time I wake up, I get up to see you always next to me. And motorcycle noises. I know that your heart will beat the same way and remain the same color. All right, guys, we're gonna be as loud as possible now, guys. Like everyone's just like rubbing their hands together. Like these are the people, like the customers at the next shop over. Like they've been watching us filming, and I bet they're sitting there like this. Okay, oh, go on.
Maybe start over?
Yeah. Okay. My bird, Every time I wake up, I get up to see you always next to me and to see the sun. First of all, sometimes we don't always see the sun, but the clouds being there to hide it doesn't mean that the sun isn't shining. I know that your heart will beat the same way and remain the same color. I'll still love you if your hair turns orange or even if it returns to its black color. I believe all of these memories and moments we make each day, as you had said to me, will be there for us later. And I want to return to open up this bottle of our memories together when things get difficult. And I want that so we can be strong. Above all, my bird, I want you to know that I love you. I don't want this to be a letter of what was, but rather of what is now and what is to come. I know what I got, and I will value it. I know what I've got. I love you, Fantasia. Marcin. With the heart. I really love Fantasia. Thanks for having me. Yes. Thanks, Thoraya.
Good morning, guys. What's up? Here's day 3 with, let me grab it, love letter number 3. It comes with a letter. It's not the love letter, but I need to read it to you guys for it to make sense. So, Thoraya, thank you for this moment. Your YouTube video came at an opportune time as it will be the perfect physical closure. Emotionally, I already moved on. I once visited a girl in PA back in spring 2023. We both had great admiration for one another after corresponding for quite some time. Unfortunately, due to her life circumstances, distance, and job hustles, it prevented her from keeping in touch more frequently. Sad to say, but she also admitted she wouldn't be able to relocate with these factors. As time lapsed and lack of communication, it was best I moved on. Needless to say, she never visited in return as promised. It is what it is. I put in the work and have no regrets. A great relationship only works if both parties put in the effort. With that said, I pre-handmade a love card of the supposed itinerary for her visit in New York City, which as mentioned above never came to fruition. What are the chances that it was New York City, right? I am glad now that this card lives somewhere worthwhile. I didn't have the nerve to throw it away, not because of any unresolved emotions, but because the card was made too well. LOL. Thank you for this and best in all your endeavors. I didn't even have to think too much about day 3 and like what I was gonna do with the love letter because it's all mapped out for me. I think it has the girl's name on the back. I'm not gonna show it. That's the front. And then you open it and it's a map of Manhattan, or like I guess New York City. Like they said, their itinerary, all listed out. All right, let's get started. So I just made it home. I just want to thank this person for sending this in. 1, because today was a lot of fun, and 2, because I met some cool people. I don't usually like meet strangers when I'm not interviewing them, but today I met a couple of strangers and yeah, some really cool connections thanks to this itinerary. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. This is day 4 with love letter number 4. For this love letter, as I was reading it, I kept imagining people slow dancing. So here is footage of people slow dancing as I read you the love letter. Dear A, if you were a flower, I would pick you in an infinite garden. If you were a flower, I would pick you but never pluck you. I would not carry you home, put you in a crystal vase with ribbon, or admire your petals while you fight to find soil that is no longer there. Instead, I would grind down to earth by making a path to where you bloom in the garden, simply adoring you for hours before walking back home for twice as long, if that's how long it takes, however long it takes. But I would never bring you back with me. If I did that, you would die and cease to be what I cared so deeply for. So if you were a flower, I would let you be. I would never change or arrange your leaves and petals, but rather leave you to blossom however you wish. Instead of yearning for the reflection of myself I find in you, I would let the jewelry on your stem draw blood from my palm, and my feet blister and bruise as I wear down the ground to find you in any endless garden. I would water you with my own tears if there's nothing else, just to ensure you endure. If ignorant hopefuls rip your petals to the ground as temporary game, I would sew them back together with any colored thread you'd like. And if somebody else comes along just to tear you from the ground and toss you aside, I would carry you to the clearest stream and the mountains to drink from. And one day, when you can no longer keep your head up, I would lay you down under the oak tree and grow blossoms from your soil so I could find you again. So if you were a flower, I would pick you every time, but I would never pluck you, because that is what you do when you love a flower. For day 5 with love letter number 5, I invited the very talented writer and musician, Ravina, to read us the love letter.
No, I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna start crying. Oh no. Okay. I have chills. That's so crazy reading someone else's love letter. Okay. Dear F, tonight as I was cycling home, the moon was playing hide and seek with the mountains and the clouds. The sky, fresh after the rain, and heavy with the smell of newborn flowers, was seeded with stars. Moon, star, sun, the first words you thought me in your language. I can't stop thinking about the first time I saw you. How my cells held their breath, and how, while breathing out, I was crushed by waves of recognition of old dreams filled with sunlight. And oh, the sheer inevitability of it all. I tried to put my heart on a leash, but like an untamed dog, it chewed through the rope on a quest for yours. You'll find a picture with this letter. It's of a place in my town where 2 rivers join. Wow. That's how our soul-to-soul conversations felt to me. 2 rivers flowing together. This love was unlike anything I've ever experienced. Its depth spanning lifetimes and continents. Sometimes I felt myself tumble in front of its greatness. I relate to that. Your scarf is slowly losing your essence. Only the dark wooden tones of your perfume remain. I hope that when it'll have lost it all, my heart will have stopped aching for you. I picked forget-me-nots for you, but I decided to not put them in this envelope, as I think it's better if you forget me. The unreasonable distance felt like a string between me and you, torn too taut. I wanted to be covered by the same sun rays, drink the same water, breathe the same air, hear the same silence, and squint at the same falling stars. To just exist in the same space and time, to simply live by your side, like the cold winter air, the one that makes your nose sting and your eyes go a bit teary. You made me see everything crisply, missing you so deeply that the ache became an animal scratching under my ribs to unsuccessfully fill up the void, while simultaneously knowing that this distance can't be resolved without giving up our lives, or just can't be resolved to its core, made me feel like I was walking on a destructive path. That's how you became my secret love. Secret for myself, because I'm afraid I'd crumble down if I'd admit how much I love you. Secret for you because... Secret for you because I want to set you free to make space for what and whom truly belongs on your path. Secret because I want to store away our beautiful memories before they become faded from rewatching them too many times. But just like the Sahara sand, transported from yours to mine on the wind, I'll be sending out my prayers and love for you on the wind and in the rivers. I will never forget you. Wow. It's very emotional reading someone else's love letter. There are so many people out here living these beautiful big loves. And maybe that's like the only thing that they want in this lifetime. And that's amazing. In this lifetime, my huge love is meant to be this very safe, and it's this beautiful, deep love.
Is there anything special to you right now that you're working on?
My album, I've been working on it for 2 years. It's called Where the Butterflies Go in the Rain. A lot of the love songs on there are about this person. I've been poly for a while, but I've been really deeply in love with this one person, like my primary partner, for the last 3 years. And I've just been writing lots of songs about them. We used to write love letters in the beginning. This is so intimate. Why am I sharing this? There's a lot of things with this person. So before I met this person, I was like going through this very intensive transformation, and I had this choice to make between two people, and I was trying to know who would potentially be like the father of my children. So I took them both to this mountain and asked Spirit, like, which way should I go if it's the father of my children, right? And then I literally saw a vision of him like holding a 3-year-old girl on his shoulder, and we were going through the same trail like years later. And this is all within like the first month or two of dating. Like, it was crazy.
First of all, the power you must have to like convince two men to go up a mountain. Never have I heard anything like that.
Oh no. I didn't say that to them.
Oh my god, I'm crying.
I didn't have the guts then.
You would now, though.
Probably. Men love weirdos.
This is the part where I usually have strangers write a love letter, but since it seems like you've already written a bunch, a few of them are on your new album.
Yes.
Would you be down to just like read one of those for us?
I'm down to read it. I think a song is a love letter. Okay, I'll read Lose My Focus. You ready? Look how you made me a painter now. A poet, a lover. What's the difference now? You make me smile. So I made a home in your body, and I plant a little garden too, with a tiny little mushroom house and letters all made out to you. Can't help but lose my focus. can't help but lose my cool. You're moving through my body, all in my mind too. Can't help but look the stupid. Can't help but wait for you. Can't help but lose my focus, focusing just on you. It sounds like Dr. Seuss.
Would you be down to like sing your favorite part of that?
I really just love the first verse.
Okay.
Look how you made me a painter now, a poet, a lover. So what's the difference now? You make me smile. So I made a home in your body, and I planted a little garden too, with a tiny little mushroom house, and letters told me that to you. Can't help but lose my focus, can't help but lose my cool. You're moving through my body, all in my mind too. Can't help but look this stupid, can't help but wait for you. Can't help but lose my focus, focusing just on you. Tracing the stars painted over your skin, like it's my job to recite where they live. For once, I'm so locked in. But you don't need to know all that now. Can't help but lose my focus, can't help but lose my cool. You're moving through my body, all in my mind too. Can't help but look this stupid, can't help but wait for you. Can't help but lose my focus, focusing just on you. You got me screaming in a pillow just because. You got me staring at the moon, something was staring at the same one. I wish I knew you in my younger and my simpler times. You make me feel like a fairy in your little shrine. I wanna shrink inside your pocket or sit on your shoulder.
This love letter number 6, is probably the heaviest one I'll be sharing with you. Something I've been doing since I've been in New York City is that when I feel like I need to do some healing, I just get on a bus and let it take me wherever it takes me. So to the person who wrote this love letter, I'll be taking your love on the bus route that has done the most healing for me, the M1 in Manhattan. Dear you, you made me believe love was pain. The tear stains on my pillowcases and echoes of my sobs are my witness that loving you was killing me. The way you pulled me in and pushed me back at the same time was so confusing. I felt like I was stuck in a wave, the ocean not knowing if it should bring me to the deep or throw me to the shore. I was drowning. I knew you hated this world and you wanted to leave, and although deep down I knew that wasn't on me, it made me feel like my existence was worthless. Yes, I'm selfish, but I wanted to be the reason that made you realize life was worth living. I wanted to hold on to you and show you how bright this world is. If only I had known that by holding your hand, you would be the one to lead, the one who would lead me to a world of darkness. The darkness swallowed me whole. I was no longer drowning, I was being consumed. I too started to hate this world. I started to hate myself. You used me to love you without loving me back. You so desperately needed someone by your side, someone who was willing to hold you while you cried so they could wipe away your tears, then show you love in every single way possible until you were high on love. Yet you never held me as I cried and never wiped my tears. You said my tears were a waste of time that we could have been using to get you high on my love. You did not see the bruises on my body that you made, the broken bones, the blood I shed for you, because the words you said shattered my soul, not my body. I so desperately wanted to save you that I ended up losing myself. I question if I ever did love you, if I was just desperate to save you because I understood where you were coming from. There was times where I was ready to leave, but you would insist that your love was real, that you truly did love me. Of course I stayed because those were the words I was yearning for. Then, when I finally decided I had shed enough tears and left, I was shallow. I no longer loved me, I no longer loved you, I was empty. Pain was all I felt when I was with you, but it became normal. It became love.
Please exit through the rear door.
What's up, guys? I have not read this love letter yet. I had my cousin read through a bunch of love letters and she chose one for me to read for the first time. All right. Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. You're still in the depths of my heart and in the back of my mind. You still consume the ends of my thought and the beginnings of my dreams. I try not to think of you often anymore, but from time to time, I am reminded of you. Something you used to tell me or a song we used to love. I am reminded of your presence in my soul and the way your soft touch felt against my skin. Your pretty blue eyes. I am reminded of the hours we spent all night talking about sharing secrets. You knew me better than I knew myself, and I knew every inch of you there was to know. I still do. Do you know me still? I would give up my life just to go back to the way it was before. I would delete every playlist to hear your laughter again. I would stare into an eclipse just to catch your eyes looking at mine once more. I would stop eating for days so that the butterflies have more room. Oh my God, what? I would do anything to be the one who consumes your heart again. Why did you pick her? To think that someone loves someone else this much and they don't get chosen, it just doesn't feel fair. We don't give people enough warning about how tragic love can be. To the person who wrote this, I want this person to know just because you love this person this much, it doesn't mean that you can't love someone else just as much or even more. And I think that's why I have a hard time with the idea of having a soulmate or like, people talk about twin flames now too. It makes people think that when they have like this intense love, they're like madly in love with someone and they believe that person to be their soulmate. If it ends, it makes them think, well, no one else will ever be that again. I do still believe in having soulmates and whatnot, having someone who's like really special, destined for you to be with, but I think we just don't know. We don't know if the person we just broke up with is that person, or the person we meet when we're like in our 50s or 60s is that person. So even if we believe in that, which I do, we just really have to like know that we don't know. So that's what I want to tell this person, because I really, really hope that like you didn't let it change you. Yeah. Lastly, here is love letter number 8. I promise I'm not in the middle of the street, it just looks like it. And it'll all make sense why in just a second after I'm done reading the love letter. Okay. Dear blank, I love that I loved you. You said that you loved me too once. And even though we never shared that love together, even though it hurt when you said that was in the past, I love that I loved you. I love the butterflies and memories of laughter and dreams of more. I love the tears for what could have been and the smiles for what was. I love that I loved you, first of all. I love that I loved you through the worst of all. So blank, though our young hearts would never touch, I love that I loved you. I love that I loved you is a line that I feel like more people should hear and more people should see. So I did something. I want to end this episode by sharing something with you. As I'm recording this voice memo, the day marks exactly 7 years since I started my YouTube channel, and I want to finally share with you what this has all taught me. So, here goes. I think we all just want to be understood, to be considered, to be loved. I think we're scared, but never too scared to try again, to love again. I think life isn't fair, and love is the most unfair, but we still go on living, and we still fall in love again. I think some of us need a little humbling, and that's probably why God created love, because in a world that is so unfair, love seems to even the playing field just a little. Even having it all won't protect you from heartbreak. I've learned that not much can heal a heartbreak, if that's how you feel. I've also learned that anything can heal a heartbreak, if that's how you feel. Sitting can heal a heartbreak, and so can dancing. Having tea with good company can heal a heartbreak, and so can new experiences. I've learned that laughing definitely heals a heartbreak.
Zoe, that was good. I don't know why you're laughing.
Your hand cracked me up.
So good.
And being okay with not knowing where you're going. I've heard that falling in love again can heal a heartbreak. And I've learned that writing a love letter can heal our heartbreaks. So if you want to send me yours, here's my address.